Time now for a former world cruiserweight champion trying his luck at heavyweight too. Mississippi's Kelvin Davis aiming to get his career back on track after a difficult spell. He's actually moulded himself on Mike Tyson for a long time. 28 now, and fight number 28 coming against Chicago's Chris Thomas. He's won 16 of 23. This one's a rematch, and we join it at the start.
Well, this is a fight that Kelvin Davis, the former IBF cruiserweight champion, just has to win. He's beaten this guy before in a couple of rounds. Chris Thomas, the 34-year-old from Chicago, who's in the blue trunks here. Davis, who was stripped of the IBF title, he was so proud to win it against Ezra Sellers that he wore the belt on the plane going home, but then all kinds of disputes came up. He didn't defend the title when he was supposed to, and he ended up getting stripped of it, lost it out of the ring, which is a real sickener, of course, for any fighter. Got into a big row with Don King as well. I think King still promotes him, though.
Yeah, but I think at 28 he still has a lot to offer. I think missed opportunities, some wasted time in his career, not his own fault. I still think his future lies in the cruiserweight division. I think maybe he's just looking upon this as a tool sharpener tonight. But yeah, I still feel he is a fighter with something to offer.
Well, he'll have to prove it here, because since he came back after being stripped of the title, he's lost 2 and drawn 1. Not good. Just wonder whether the belief has gone out of him, don't you? Does look a bit like Tyson, doesn't he? In build, Kelvin Davis. Still young enough at 28. He's even got a Tyson-esque type tattoo.
Yeah, he's always had an attractive style, good to watch, aggressive, likes to get up close, let the punches flow. And I mean, it's decent fighters who have beaten him. He has lost a couple recently, but to decent fighters. So, still a future, I would think.
Although getting stopped in 4 by Guillermo Jones isn't too clever, is it?
That's not great, no, but Jones not a bad fighter.
Height and reach advantages for Thomas here, if he can use them.
Keep him up, keep him up, keep him up.
Low blow there from Davis. Keep them up, says referee Kenny Bayliss. Getting to the inside, okay, Davis.
I mean, it's sometimes difficult going over old ground against a man you've beaten clearly and easily in the past. And that may be a little problem in the early stages of this one. Good shot.
Oh, yeah, very good shot. That's the confidence booster. Down goes Thomas in the first round.
5.
Got up quickly.
6,
Was it too quickly?
7, 8. You okay, Chris? Give me a glove.
Kind of vacant look about Thomas, but he's all right to go on. Oh, another one catches him round the temple. Right hand, then a right cross as well. Big trouble here for Thomas in the first. That's the morale booster Kelvin Davis was looking for that first round. Needs to sit down.
I mean, Davis still looks like he has the appetite for the game. He doesn't have a worn-out look about him. At 28,
Wake up, Papa.
well,
You're not here
Thomas
to
still
slug.
looks a little bit stunned from
guy,
those
if you
shots.
stay
A
on
couple
the
of punches
outside, you
after
can
the
pick him
knockdown
apart.
caught him high.
Don't go in. It's only the first round.
Don't know that
Let's
he's
take him into
recovered.
the deep waters.
By the way, that isn't a misprint. It is George Hernandez, not George,
Let's go into the deep water. Keep him
trainer.
at the end of your jab. Just box it.
Doesn't look like he's taking all that in, does he, in the corner?
No, but it did look to me like his mind was back on the job. I think he was badly stunned. That was a decent left hook, which didn't land really completely cleanly. It knocked him over, but I think he took bigger punches after he rose, a couple of them high on the temple, and I don't think his head's cleared yet.
Here's round 2. Thomas has lost to 3 journeymen in the past as well, and remember, this guy Davis beat him in 2 rounds the first time they met, and on that bill Bernard Hopkins was fighting, and so was Roy Jones Jr. So they were on a star-studded bill that night. Really is a sawn-off fighter, isn't he, this Kelvin Davis. I mean, he's fighting here at heavyweight, but he's only weighing 14 stone 9, so it suggests to me maybe cruiserweight's still going to be his division if he ever did get back to championship level, which has to be a big if.
Yeah, I think he's accepted this fight in the heavyweight division as a warm-up fight, a tool sharpener, knowing he's not really facing a full heavyweight. Oh, he's walked onto that.
There was a low blow as well before that. No knockdown, says the referee. Very lowish blow just before that from Kelvin Davis. He is straying.
I thought he was caught square-footed there. It's possible the punch landed, but it looked to me like he caught square-footed, knocked off balance. He certainly wasn't hurt. See, he's trying to get close, head movement, but not getting the punches off behind the head movement, so he's been picked off a little bit now.
Yeah. Thomas beginning to get the jab going. Davis just walking onto a few. Coming in straight lines, not moving the head. And there's another low blow there. And this time, Thomas is doubled up in pain. It's not the first offence that by Kelvin Davis, and Thomas will be given time, quite rightly too.
It was very low. It was very low. I'm going to have to give you a hard warning to keep him up, okay?
But no point deduction for Davis.
You got 5 minutes, Chris.
Well, he's fortunate because he's been warned before about the punches straying low. So very fortunately, a point hasn't been deducted there.
But it's going to take the time. They've said he can have 5 minutes, and he's in no hurry to resume. That's experience, I think. That's smart enough.
Well, I tell you, Ian, I thought he'd have been keener to get back into action because he was doing well at that point. He was catching Davis coming forward. Davis was moving his head but not throwing any punches, then been clipped. So I think it's his own momentum that's been broken here. I don't think it's an advantage.
Crowd were getting a bit restless. Thomas was asked once, "You ready to continue?" He said no. Most fighters, of course, kind of tend to just brush it off and get on with the fight. Not Chris Thomas. He's ready now, though. Kelvin Davis badly in need of a win and badly needing, too, the money. He's been declared bankrupt. Things haven't gone his way since that great night when he floored Ezra Sellers 3 times and won in 8 rounds to become a world champion. So proud, and then it all went wrong.
A little bit negative at the moment. That's that clubbing right hand, landing high again. Thomas has changed tactics. He wants to use the ring. He wants to keep this at long range, and you can't blame him.
But Davis's hand speed is helping him occasionally when he can get into range. He's just having a little bit of trouble doing that on a regular basis in this round. Just trying to switch hit a little too.
One shot, he gonna get it. Combination dropped it. Combination dropped it, baby.
Well, they seem calm enough in that corner. Did he get away with a knockdown? I wonder. Kelvin Davis, it looked like an authentic one to us, but it wasn't counted as such. Thomas, who's 34, was recently stopped by a guy called Tipton Walker in 4 rounds. He'd beaten him the year before, so I don't know if he's going backwards even.
Well, Davis kind of lost his way a little bit. Thomas changed tactics in the second round, and it seemed to trouble Davis a little bit, so we'll see if he'll adjust to that here in the third and get some more positive work produced.
Really heavily muscled and shaven skull Kelvin Davis, who comes from Mississippi, by the way, calls himself Concrete Kelvin.
He's getting closer to Thomas now, which he wasn't doing in the second.
Not really snapping out that jab, is he? Thomas just pouring with it. This is where he wants to be. Okay, Davis.
Well, this is better action than we had in the second round. I mean, I thought Thomas would have stuck with the jab and move tactics. For some reason, he's going back to the old style, standing his ground. I think he's going to have a second prize here if he stays there.
Well, Thomas has lasted longer this time with Kelvin Davis than he did when they met previously. Looking for those big scything uppercuts on the inside, Davis.
Not much coming from Thomas at the moment. He's leaning over there, asking for the uppercut. And Davis obliging once or twice.
Got him with a good right cross as well, and there's another one, and a left hook to follow it. He does have good, quick hands. He's getting bustled around here, Thomas. Desperate, really, to buy a bit of time if he can on the inside, but he keeps getting caught in there. It's good work on the inside, this, from Kelvin Davis.
Thomas is standing up close. He's not doing any work, but he's not spoiling. So he's allowing Davis to tee off on him. He doesn't seem to have been troubled with the power. But these are dangerous tactics from him. Actually, we can't even call them tactics. I don't know what his plan is here.
Yeah, it just looks like he's clocked off for the round, doesn't it? Just hanging around there on the inside, but giving Davis plenty of room in which to work. Like that. And that's a big round for Davis.
You want to keep fighting? You damn right.
Undercard action from Reno.
Keep tiring. You can protect yourself.
Well, you heard the doctor in there asking Thomas whether he was all right to continue. He said he was, and he could protect himself okay, but fighters will always give you that kind of answer.
Yeah, well, the worry was, you know, he wasn't doing anything competitive. He was just standing there, allowing Davis to tee off, unless it was a rope-a-dope out in the centre of the ring, which I've never seen before. I don't understand what it was.
Yeah, I don't think it was. It's the fourth round. Reminds you of that guy, doesn't it, at Madison Square Garden, when the ref said, "Where are you?" He said, "I'm at Madison Square Garden, getting beaten up." The language was a bit spicier than that, of course. Knew where he was, though.
Well, he's going to have to go back to the earlier tactics of hit and move.
Kelvin Davis is having things much his own way. Good right uppercut from him there. That's been a bit of a honey punch for him in this fight. This is a man who very, very badly needs a win, and at the moment he looks as if he's on his way to one. Going back over old ground, but really any port in a storm, I guess.
Yeah, well, as I said earlier, it's sometimes difficult to get up when you're going over on ground, get yourself motivated. But I think Davis has set a good pace. He's trying to get the job done. But Thomas is just gritting his teeth, hanging on in there, and he's a bit more competitive in the fourth round here.
Davis, who's trained and managed by his older brother Kelly. You probably saw him in the corner. Mum attends all his fights as well. Can he reinvent himself? Can he come back again? I must say, his recent record doesn't read too promisingly, but you never know. Somewhere, somehow, he might just pick up the thread.
Yeah, well, sensible boxing now from Thomas. It's as though he decides, I'll just work every second round, because he did absolutely nothing in the previous round. Bit more life about his performance now. Still standing too close here, though.
But these are two cruiserweights, aren't they, Jim? Masquerading as heavies for the night.
Yeah, exactly. And I think that's probably the reason Davis has taken this one. I think he still sees his future in the cruiserweight division, but still has to get by Thomas. But I think he's doing enough work in all of the rounds, really, to keep himself in charge.
Certainly cameos to like about Kelvin Davis. He can look quite exciting. Just for a moment there, if you were watching from a bit of a distance, you could think you were watching an old Mike Tyson fight.
Yeah, a lot of similarities, not the pace, but just now, just at the end of the round there, he seems to be struggling as though he's tiring.
Come on, Chris, you can't get lazy on me now. You hear me? You cannot get lazy on me now. Put your hands on your side. You can't get lazy now. Listen, Chris, you can win this fight. Chris, you have to want to believe in you that you can win this fight.
Settle it down. Settle the beating down.
They may be the only people in the arena who think he can win this fight.
Yeah, I wasn't impressed with the way Thomas sagged back onto the stool in the corner, although Davis looked a little bit tired as the bell sounded as well.
Whip that right here and bring it up the middle, okay?
You got it right here, boss. Right, spit up. Give him some more water. Give him some more water. Okay?
Let's be honest about it. It's hard to see what Chris Thomas has got to win this fight with.
Water.
At the moment, I mean, he poured out the jab, but he never snapped it out.
His work improved a little bit in the previous round, but he sagged onto the stool. So I wonder, has he used up what he had left in the tank?
This is round 5.
All right, here we go.
Looked quite tired on the stool as well. Chris Thomas between the rounds there. Davis doesn't want to make too heavy weather and hard work of this if he's going to make some kind of statement here, really. Right hand around the temple, shaken by that, Thomas. Then body punches as well, and another right and a left hook. Is there any hiding place? The uppercut was a great shot. All over the place. Bayless takes a close look, the referee. He's staggering around the ring now, and that fight has to be stopped. Good finish in the end by Kelvin Davis. That was the confidence booster he needed. Beating a man that he'd beaten before. This time it took him 3 rounds longer. But in the end, the job was done in fairly ruthless fashion in the end.
Yep, a good finish. Davis always looked capable of doing that, but he seemed to struggle in a couple of the rounds. And full credit to Chris Thomas. A couple of times he looked out of things, but he grit his teeth and got himself back in again. But all told, I think it's a job well done. I think that's exactly what Kelvin Davis was looking for. A W on the card, stoppage victory, and a tool sharpener at the same time. But the punch that set it up was the right hand to the temple, which had caused a lot of trouble in the earlier rounds. And I think by this time, Thomas didn't have the strength or the stamina to recover from that and get himself back into things. He was taking clubbing punches from this point on, and I think the referee had to step in.
Jim, can this guy get back with the top cruiserweights in the world? Is he good enough?
Well, I have my doubts. I think I became slightly disappointed the longer this fight lasted. I don't think his work improved. But having said that, Thomas wasn't all that bad. He's not as bad an opponent as his record suggests. But I think that was a good stoppage there.
In the 5th round, Davis gets a win.